Hello everyone, my name is Kayla. Welcome back to my channel. So, today I kind of want to talk about my goals for this year. So, in the past couple years, I've been kind of aimless, not sure what I want to do or anything. And I think I kind of want to fix that. I kind of want to get into a routine. I kind of want to get back into reading, writing, YouTube, all that kind of stuff, and enjoying what I do, enjoying my life, and all that kind of stuff. Here's where the tough part is. I made a bunch of goals for the year and tried to break them down into weekly kind of things and also daily kind of things. And it's going to be very hard to keep up with, but I think I can do it. I think I can do it. I know that in the beginning of the year, there's a lot of motivation to do things. There's a lot of motivation to go to the gym and work out. And there's a lot of motivation to, get your life together and everything. I think if I make it simple and I also make it achievable, that I will be able to do it. I'm not going to sit here and pretend I'm like some productivity guru because I'm not. But I want to get things done and be proud of my life and my accomplishments, I guess is my purpose this year. So I have a new journal and it says, be a goal digger. See how it says goal? It's so cute. I absolutely adore it. I got it from the dollar store actually. And I approve. I approve of this. So first, I want to go into my yearly goals, kind of what I want 2024 to look like. I might have more goals, I might have less goals. We'll see how the year progresses. Probably check in about 3 months or so. And yeah, okay, so let's see. I want to write or finish a full length book. So when I say finish a full length book, I have several books that I've started writing but I haven't done too much with them, or I just have concepts of what I want to do, but I don't have like an ending, or I don't have a middle part, or I just have like the beats written out, but I don't have much else with it. So I think I want to get a little farther than I am right now. So I think that's a pretty good goal. An entire year, 365 days to write, I don't know, maybe 80,000 to 100,000 words. I think that's a good length for a fantasy novel, which is predominantly what I want to write. I have put out 2 poetry collections, and they'll probably be in the link down below. But I want to write something that's quite an accomplishment, I guess. I want to write something that I'm really proud of. It's not that I'm not proud of my poetry collections, but there's not as much thought and effort that go into them for me. It's very easy for me to get the poetry out and then just put it out in the world. I feel like a book is going to take a lot more of me than my poetry does, I guess. So yeah, I have a few ideas. There's a couple essay collections I want to get out in the world, but I think I want to work on my fantasy novel the most. Next, I want to finish my writing portfolio. So, for those of you who don't know, writing portfolio is usually something that you make like a website for, and you do different kinds of writing samples, and you do your accomplishments and what you put out in the world and everything. So, I'd like to do writing as a job, but I'm not quite sure if I'm ready for the job part of writing yet. But I think I am ready to put together a portfolio of my work, create like a niche and everything. And by niche, I mean create something that only I can do that makes me look like an expert in something, right? And then next, I want to read 25 books. So I was very close to reaching my goal last year in 2023 of reading 25 books, but I only made it to 20. So I didn't know if I should scale back on my reading goal this year, but I don't think I want to. I think I do want to read about 2 books a month. And I think if I stick to a book and an audiobook, that I'm definitely able to do that. Next is read more diversely. So it's very easy to get stuck into the reading what comes out in your country and what comes out in like the States, because I live in Canada and the States is very close to me, so it's easy for me to get English literature and things from my country and from the States because that's just what I'm used to reading. I'd like to read more diversely, like maybe read something from other countries, but also read something that's outside of my comfort zone, I guess. You know what I mean? Then I want to participate in some reading challenges. So I didn't really participate in any reading challenges like last year. I tried to take part in the reindeer readathon, but I kind of read too slow to be able to go along with certain challenges. Maybe if I can do like a challenge that is every few months or every couple months, I'd be more able to do it, but that's something I definitely want to look into. Next is travel outside of Canada. So I've traveled outside of Canada once in my entire life, and I'd love to go somewhere warm. So, for those of you who don't know, I actually do love being in the cold region. I absolutely love the climate in Canada. But I've never been anywhere warm. I've never been anywhere that is outside of my comfort zone. And I'm planning to go on a trip with two of my sisters. I think it'll be a lot of fun. I don't know if it's going to be this year or next year, but we'll see how that goal goes. But I at least want to research and try out and save up money for it. You know what I mean? Next, I want to eat better and cook more. So I do cook every day. That's the thing I do. But I guess I'd like to get more creative with my cooking. I'd like to use more ingredients, use things that I've never even heard of before, more spices, all that kind of stuff. I'd like to be more excited about cooking again and not just making the things that I'm used to making over and over again. Next, I'd like to learn to drive. So, for those of you who don't know, I have never driven in my entire life. I've never gotten a license, and I think I'm ready to do it. So, I'm 28 years old right now as I'm making of this video, and driving is just it always seemed kind of scary to me, like it's something only other people can do. But I think if I put enough time and effort into it and I study for the writing test, I can at least achieve the first part of the test. And then the driving test I can do as a goal next year or the year after that. I don't know how long the writing test, like the first part of the licensing, lasts for, but I guess the important part is to get it started at least. So, the next goal I want to talk about is going on walks with Scarlett again. So, Scarlett had an injury about a year ago, I believe, somewhere around there. And she needs to get more exercise and physiotherapy done. And I also want to get exercise done and go along with physiotherapy as well. So it's like a whole thing of getting back into exercising, getting back into getting outside, and just having a good time with exercising again. Then I want to work through my game library. So I have several game libraries. I have games on my phone, I have games on my Switch, I have games on my computer, I have games on the Xbox, I have games on the PS2, the Wii. There's just so many games to play, and I keep buying new games for my Switch and the computer, but I don't play them as much as I'd like to. So I'd like to start working through the libraries rather than just leaving them there and getting new ones. You know what I mean? I want to at least finish a game this year. I'm not sure which one, but we'll see which one. Maybe a Zelda game. I do love my Zelda games. Next, I want to work through my French workbook. So, I have a French workbook that I've had for about 4 or 5 years now, somewhere around there. And I have not been getting through it at all. I have not been working on it. I have not been writing or reading or speaking French in the ways that I want to. I haven't been practicing. And that's something I want to definitely get back into. I do use it as a hobby. I don't really go anywhere where I need to speak French. I mean, maybe it'll help me in like the job market one day. I don't know, but for now it's going to be like a hobby. It's not going to be something that I'm using towards working for something. Just fun stuff because I love languages and I think they're so fascinating. Then I want to work on marketing my books. So for those of you who don't know, I do have two books out in the world, out on Amazon, two poetry collections, and I'm super proud of them and I'm super proud of getting them out there. However, I've not marketed them very well, and I feel like a lot of people don't know that I've actually published two books. So that's kind of like crazy right there. So I definitely want to work on getting it more well known and getting it out to more audiences, and maybe work on like the book formatting because I feel like there's a lot of stuff that I could have done better. So I want to kind of work on that too, maybe get the formatting a bit better and get it out in the world again. And lastly, I'd like to work on my YouTube channel. So The thing about my YouTube is that in 2020, I was, like, really, really into it, and in 2021, the beginning, I was really, really into it, and I was getting a lot of videos out, and I was very interested in what I was doing. But then it seemed to go downhill very quickly. My interest level and my motivation just wasn't there anymore, and it was kinda sad. I don't know. I love doing YouTube. I love editing videos. I love making videos. I love making the thumbnails and everything, and I have a really good time with it. It's like a great hobby for me, right? But I need to get back into it. I'm just not doing it as much as I used to. I'm just not as interested. So that's part of the reason why I kind of changed my channel around to be not just reflecting books, but to reflect productivity, lifestyle, all that kind of stuff. Things that I'm really interested like now. Okay, so now we're at the end of the video. Let me know down below, what are your goals for this year? What are your New Year's resolutions if you are a person that does those? Do you have any similar goals to me? I had 13 altogether. I don't think I want to have too many more than that because that's just extremely overwhelming. I was thinking of having 24, but then I'm like, that's too much. That's like doing 2 goals each month, and if they're big goals, that's a little scary. So yeah, so I'm trying to keep it relatively low, but achievable. That's kind of the goal there. Make it achievable. So yeah. Okay, thank you very much for watching.